Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Advice to Think Twice. My name is Monica and I'm here with your weekly readings for the week starting August 31st up to September 6th, 2015. This reading is for Gemini. Thank you so very much for all your support with your likes and shares and subscriptions, all your great comments. I do have to remind you that these are general readings and so they may not apply to all of you watching. And try to find what resonates with you and take that from the reading. Otherwise you can email me at advicetothinktwice@gmail.com for a private reading specific to you. Okay, so Gemini, Monday you have the 5 of Pentacles with celebration. So on Monday, I feel like there's a celebration coming for you after a time of sadness, feeling alone, feeling left out, feeling unsupported. It looks like you finally learn your lessons and you change something in the way you think, and that just propels things. That just, once you do that, you start to see how things move forward so quickly, and you find your happiness again, you find your joy. It's a day where you just shift your focus. You stop focusing on what you don't have and you start focusing on what you do have, all the resources, all the support, all the friends you have in your life, all the joy that you have in your life. So for some of you, the day may start not so great, and you feel powerless and you feel unsupported and alone, but then as the day progresses you change your focus. You have this moment that kind of triggers an epiphany for you, and the situation just flips for you on its head, and so you go from I don't have this, I don't have that, to all these people love me, I have all these resources, I have all this support, and you truly find joy and happiness and celebration. You can be getting together with some friends at the end of the day and just having some drinks and a good time, relax and smile and enjoy yourself. And for others, material help is coming to you on Monday, and it's taking you out of this situation where you've been feeling stuck and unsupported and lacking, and so you're celebrating by the end of the day. On Tuesday you have the Hermit with silence. On Tuesday, some of you decide to do things differently. It could be a continuation from Monday, where you have that moment where you realize you could do things differently, and so you stay with that, and then on Tuesday you go within, you do some self-reflection, some meditations, you find a quiet space, you quiet your mind and find your balance, and truly look at what is serving you, what you should take forward, and what isn't serving you and should be left behind. And you have all the knowledge you need, you have all the power you need to make these decisions and to make these cuts if necessary. And so I see you really going within on Tuesday, really looking at yourself, what you've been doing, if there are any patterns that are repeating themselves, if you are allowing negative thinking, for example, in your life, if you're allowing doubt in your life, and where you shouldn't do that. For some of you, I'm hearing that you may be speaking to your mothers and they're giving you this advice and this counsel. But it's a day of peace on Tuesday for you, inside and outside as well. You find calm, you find peace, you find balance, and a trust in yourself that maybe could have been lacking. And you get a much clearer vision of who you are, who you want to be, and how to get to that, whichever area of your life this applies in. On Wednesday you have the Queen of Pentacles with the Miser. Okay, so we have the Miser, we have Four of Pentacles, and we have the Four of Ariel. These are the same card in 3 different decks showing up in your reading for this week. Okay, so it's all about looking at where you have put walls up that now need to come down. Okay, it is telling you that this is a week where you have the chance to heal something and actually move forward and bring down some walls that you've built up to protect yourself. You got them up because you needed to protect yourself, yes, but the cards are telling you that this week that's no longer necessary. You have the opportunity to see that now you're in a better place, now you're in a better situation, things have changed for you, and you can just tear those walls down and be confident and be happy because you're not going to get hurt again. Okay, so that's a very strong message that's coming in for you. Okay, so please just pay attention to that. So on Wednesday, the Queen of Pentacles and the Miser on Wednesday you are very focused on what you have, very focused on your possessions, focused on not losing what you have, focused on how you can grow your resources. The Queen of Pentacles is someone who's very practical, very down to earth. This could be a Taurus person in your life you're dealing with on Wednesday. Maybe they're giving you some counsel, or maybe they're giving you some financial help or some other kind of resources. For some of you, it's a day where you are overly focused on your material life, on your finances, and you're afraid not to lose them. The finances, the resources. And for others of you, this is a day where, because of the fact that you're being practical and realistic, you actually manage to put some money aside. And for, generally speaking, Wednesday, I feel like the cards are advising you to go from being the Miser to more of the Queen of Pentacles approach, to go from being afraid of losing what you have to looking at how you can improve what you have, how you can grow what you have, how you can make your life more beautiful, how you can expand your ideas, your plans, how you can bring growth to your life. Okay, so focus on that on Wednesday. Whether that is in your relationships, your work life, your family life, it's a change of mentality, a change of perspective, so it applies to all areas really. On Thursday you have the Four of Cups with fighting. Okay, so For some of you, this is an inner conflict you have. For some of you, you are really trying to get out of this state. You're really trying to move forwards and to change the way you think, but you have been in this situation of being discontent for such a long time that now you really have to fight to get yourself out of that situation, out of that frame of mind. And so for a lot of you, this is an internal conflict. This is wanting to move forward but being afraid because you're not sure what the future holds. The situation of discontent that you're in, unpleasant and unhappy as it may be, you know it. It's familiar to you, if that makes sense, and whatever the future brings into you, because this could also be an offer coming into you, potentially an offer of love, and you are not sure what to do because you're not sure how it's going to progress, because you are again afraid of getting hurt and afraid of losing your resources, which could translate in getting your heart broken as well. So you're really trying to get out of that state. You're trying to get out of that frame of mind, and you're trying to move from a place of fear to a place of seeing the options, seeing the offers that are coming into you, and trying to move towards them, trying to get you to move towards them, to get you to move out of this place that has kept you stuck and unhappy for a long time. It could be 4 years, as long as 4 years for some of you. So the cards are advising you that you can get out of that situation, you can get out of that state and that frame of mind, and you have offers coming into you. Okay, so push yourself. That's what they're saying. Push yourself. Go with it. Whatever offer comes in, go with it. If you're asked to go out with some work people, do it. Go out. If you're asked to go out on a date, go out. If your friends are trying to set you up with someone, let them do it. Even though it's uncomfortable for you, this change, it's good for you. So let it happen. Go with it. Okay, that's what the cards are telling you. On Friday, you have the Hierophant, and I just said promotion, and stress. Okay, so for some of you on Friday, there is a promotion coming in, there's advancements in your career, and a lot more responsibility coming in, which may cause you a bit of stress until you get your footing, until you learn how to incorporate these new responsibilities in your workflow, in your process of working. For others, this is an overbearing person in your life that's causing you stress. This is someone who may be in a single frame of mind. They only know black or white, someone who can't work with the grey, and since most of life is in the grey area, they can be very overpowering, they can be very overbearing, because they just don't understand that sometimes you need to compromise. For them, it's all or nothing. And although that is a good attitude to have in certain situations, most of the time the advice is to try to balance things, trying to find a balance in things. And so they're not able to do that, and that's the kind of person you're dealing with on Friday. It could be someone who's asking too much of you, and you just can't give it to them, so that stresses you out. This could be in work, this could be in relationships, this could be in your family life. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing for Friday. Saturday, you have the Four of Pentacles with compromise. Okay, so again, the advice is to change your perspective and go from holding on too tightly to finding a compromise. Compromise is balance. So going from that extreme to a more balanced place on Saturday. But if you notice, earlier during the week in the Miser card, she is, I'm not sure you can see, but she is becoming the wall. Okay, she has surrounded herself with this wall, and now she's becoming part of the wall. Her hat is part of the wall, her shoulders part of the wall. And so you were really, really deep in that place of fear, and now you have the Four of Pentacles again, but there are no more walls. You are still holding on, and you're still guarding your heart. You have your hands and the pentacle, you're holding it in front of you, so you're protecting yourself. But there are no more walls, and you have the compromise card as well. And so I feel like you have been making progress, like you have been fighting to get yourself out of that situation. The Hierophant could also be an old way of doing things. It doesn't have to be a person necessarily. So again, it's a continuation. You are the miser, then you're fighting to get out of it, then because you know it's going back and forth for a while before you can actually break free. And so it's part of the process. And then on Saturday, I feel like you do reach a compromise, like you do realize that you need to make a change. You are making the change, and you are going to a balanced place. You're going towards balance, whether that is in your job, in your family life, in your love life. It's the way you think, so it affects all area of your life, all areas. So yes, you are still protecting yourself. You still have your guard up, but you are more open. You're in a more balanced place, as opposed to a place of fear on Saturday. And for others, this could be an actual situation in your life on Saturday where you have to choose between two things. You have to choose if you buy one thing and then leave the other one to buy it later, or if you buy one expensive thing or two things that are less expensive. It's managing your finances, finding balance, and compromising. And then on Sunday, I love this because you have the Seven of Swords and morality. So the Seven of Swords is usually about being sneaky, being secretive, doing not so moral things, getting away with something, tricking someone. But it is also moving away from something, because he's looking back. So he's moving away from something, and he's looking back to see, is he actually going? Is he or she actually moving forward? Does anyone see them leave? Something like that. But it is also moving away. I'm seeing it as moving away from a situation, and it's coupled with the morality card. And so to me, that means you're finally doing what's right for you. You are finally focusing on what you believe your life should be, what you believe you deserve in work, in romance, in your family life, what you believe is the right way, what You believe, again, what you believe you deserve. It's very strong about what you believe you deserve, and you are moving away from pain, fear, feeling restricted, feeling stuck, feeling afraid. You're moving away from that, you're leaving that behind, but you're taking your lessons with you. Okay, so the swords are your lessons that you're taking with you and nothing else. You're leaving it all behind, you just take the lesson. Okay? And you're very focused on what's right for you. You're headed in a right direction. You're heading in something that will bring you everything you deserve, regardless of the area in your life. So this is a very transformative week. If you manage to push yourself, to take yourself out of that situation, out of that frame of mind, out of that way of thinking. Okay, so, and it looks like you do, most of you do, because you start feeling like the Five of Pentacles, which is how you've been feeling for such a long time, and then you are moving away from that and you're moving towards what's right for you and what you deserve. Okay? And your advice, you have Four of Ariel. When you give, you also receive. Being resistant to change. Extremes in how you save or spend money. Okay, so again, that's what the entire week is about. It's about fighting between the old and the new, fighting between allowing yourself to stay in that place of pain and actually moving forward, going with the new, taking that offer. Okay? It's about going from one extreme to the other, going from feeling sad, alone, depressed, to feeling strong enough to make a change, to feeling strong enough to leave that behind and say, this is not what I deserve. I don't accept it anymore. Okay? And so I feel like this week you're making real progress when it comes to your inner life, when it comes to the way you view yourself, the way you feel about yourself. I feel like it's a week of healing. It's a very powerful week. It may feel unpleasant at times, but please bear in mind that you are headed in the right direction and keep going. Don't look back. Okay, the past is the past. Take just your lessons and leave the pain there. Okay? Once you learn the lessons, just the pain just doesn't follow you anymore. Okay? And your love and relationship advice, you have healing family issues. So again, about healing. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Okay, so the card could talk about things that you have been taught by your family directly, or things that you've observed and then learned that that is how things should be. You are now learning that those things are still affecting you now, that those patterns you may have seen in your parents are affecting you now because you're replicating them without realizing it. And so this week you are realizing it, you are becoming aware of it, and you have the opportunity to heal it. And you have to find forgiveness for yourself, for your parents, for whoever who has hurt you in the past. You need to understand that all of those were lessons for you, and once you learn your lessons, you grow, and it takes you to a much better place. So it's all about change. It's all about, because this, to me, this applies to both coupled and single Gemini, because again, it is the way you view yourself, the way you feel towards yourself. And you may realize this week that there's this pattern that you've been just replicating, where you always find excuses for the other person, or always find excuses for whoever has hurt you, whether it's your partner or just a friend or whoever. And you always find excuses, and you feel like you're not good enough, or sometimes you feel like they're right and you're wrong. They're right to hurt you, and that is just not right. So again, you are becoming aware of these things this week. You're becoming aware of a pattern, a negative way of thinking towards yourself, particularly a negative way of feeling towards yourself. You're becoming aware of that, and you are now strong enough to say, that doesn't serve me, that's not right, that's not what I want, that's not what I deserve, and I will change it. Okay? You heal it, you let it go, and you move forwards. You're no longer stuck in that place. Okay? So that is what I see for you, Gemini. It's a bit of a longer reading, but a very, very strong healing week for you. So I truly hope that this does apply to you, and you take the lessons and you take the advice and you make the changes in your life and you heal from it. Okay, so please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Please let me know if these cards apply to you and how they apply to you. I'd love to hear from you. I hope you've enjoyed the reading, and I hope you have a good week, and I'll see you next week. Take care.